Thank you.
How are you, Judy?
Fine, how are you?
Did you get crazy since last time I saw you? Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Now, I will talk about one thing about that's... We'll tell Judy had a lesson with me about 3 weeks ago, right? 4 weeks.
About 4 weeks ago.
Something like that. And I don't know how crazy you got since then, but if I like that a lot more than what you were doing.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
It's a big... Now, using this particular, getting the system a little more straightened out will help. The tip of your tongue is a little erratic. Although you've got the lip on the plate, you're getting that sound singing. I mean, that's such a remarkable difference in a few weeks. That's great. But your tongue, because of that relaxation, the front part of your tongue sounds a little untrained, which is very common. Even though we've been playing for years, by tonguing with the tongue in the wrong position, you develop different muscles. There are 13 muscles in your tongue. Your tongue is a muscle comprised of 13 muscles. That's why it will work and be so flexible to speak various languages. But you notice when we learn a foreign language, when we're first practicing, our tongue actually gets tired and hurts. It's different muscles than for English. Same thing is occurring here because Judy's tongue is now in a better position where she's not using the whole tongue to make a tongue, to articulate a note. She needs to develop more of the front muscle. Now, we heard the problem when she went from the 16ths to the triple tongue to the double tongue. There was no control of the front muscle. Now, you will develop the correct muscle if you just insist that you play that second measure of that exercise in time. That is 2 beats of 30 seconds we're playing, right? That's a repeat.
Oh, you do that twice then?
Yeah, that slash is a repeat for that beat.
Oh.
You're getting out of time, Judy. You're not playing rhythmic. Now, as you play it better rhythmically, you feel your tongue getting clearer in articulation. Try it again. All right, now you could hear changing in the quality when you get to the double tongue. What I mean, I don't mean tone quality. That happens too, but the quality of the T sound and the T and the K. In other words, you're hearing that the articulating or the T part of the double tongue is starting to dissipate as she goes on. It gets kind of wishy-washy. Okay. Pay attention to that. Learning to articulate clearly without separation trains the front muscle of the tongue very well. Now you notice now that the front muscle of the tongue worked better when you arrived at the long tone. It felt a little more solid, didn't it? It sounded pretty good before, but it sounded even better that last time, didn't it? You notice it just sounds like it's in the slot. She didn't have to look for her notes. Try it one more time. All right, all right. Now you see, as soon as there's, you notice right away the response and the pitch, everything sounded thinner. You notice that when she started that time, she didn't sound, if you want, as good as the other time. And when she started to tongue, she could not do it. She could not get into the pattern. So her tongue was in the incorrect position right from the get-go, which affected the sound so much she could not even get into the pattern. She broke down before she could complete the, really get into it. Now, you can tell that was good, but not perfect. You felt a couple of blips in there. You didn't have to look at me for approval. You felt it. You felt it. Try it again. You can feel yourself lose it there. That's because the tongue, you're not used to holding it on your teeth. Your tongue, as you're double tonguing, your tongue moves forward, and all of a sudden, it gets clogged up. It's because the tongue shifted position. Want to try another note now?
Yeah.
No. Ha, ha, ha,
Oh,
ha. Yeah. Hang on, Judy. Listen to that. Oh, all out of control again. See? See? The rhythm is an important part of this exercise. It's definitely an important part of tuning into what your tongue is doing and helping you with the awareness of the tongue. Not only is it just good music, of course it's great musical training to do this rhythmical modulation right in time. But it also makes you very aware by not doing, most times when we practice fast tongue, we practice fast fingers. But if you practice fast tongue, it gives you such an awareness of what your tongue is doing. Now, by doing that, once you get the tongue together, now you can add the problem of coordinating the fingers with that. But as long as your tongue keeps hitting in different places, your fingers don't know how to time it. And vice versa. By practicing a difficult tonguing passage slurred, and then you tongue it, then you're sure, at least if you're playing your fingers out of time, now your tongue is given a better chance, because if your fingers are out of time, your tongue doesn't know how to time your fingers. So only by having the two in time can then and working on them separately and then put them together, can you start to build a relationship between your tongue and your fingers. But if one time your tongue moves out of position, which changes the rhythm, or changes the speed of articulation, and another time it's your fingers that are a little stuck, you don't know what to fix. So it's a way of building a better awareness as to what the problem is. By practicing both slurred, anytime you have a difficult double tongue passage in a piece or play it all slurred and then play a double tongue. Okay? And the pitch and volume should match. Always. Try the B flat again. Once again. Rhythm did it, didn't it? See? Rhythm will train it. It will train that front muscle. As soon as she started thinking about the music instead of her darn flute playing, which was a rhythm, right? She figured it out. Her body just did it. Now, there's a little thing there's a bunch of half notes written below that, okay? Did we talk about any of this?
No, we didn't.
Okay, now that exercise would be really great if you work it down to low C and then up. This next exercise should not be attempted immediately, okay? You should kind of work a couple of weeks on this other thing and this tongue awareness and jaw awareness, everything we talked about, okay? If you'd like to write any notes about this, I suggest you do it on the back of that paper, and because you won't remember everything I've rapped about today. Now, once you've worked down and give me a low C. All right, now how about going ha, 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 ta, ta? Once again, V it, Judy, V. It's better already, huh? All right, now you got a little flat by the time you finished. Now try it again. That's not bad, though. You're getting better. All right, now start, don't play the next one. Now play that C and play this line 1. Some of you, those numbers, the Xerox machine didn't get it all, but she's playing that first line of the overtone exercise. No, try to remember that. I stopped and talked a minute. Try to remember that pitch you arrived at when you did the tonguing exercise. Okay, you're going regular C to harmonic C to regular fingering for middle C. You're going low C to harmonic to regular fingering.
Okay.
You had a, okay, there was a pitch change.
Yeah, there was.
Okay. All right, now there's a couple of changes going on in that, and your harmonic sounds better than your regular fingering to me. Does it to you? Now, feel what happened to the flute when you went one to the other. A minute, okay? Just feel what happened to the flute. Can everybody see what's been happening to the flute? Better. Better. As soon as I said, feel what's happening to the flute, you nailed it. Huh? Now, she had the opposite problem that she had. Huh? She had the opposite problem. When she went from the harmonic to the C, her flute rolled totally open. It will roll somehow, see? And the idea is to feel for yourself, which it is. Now, in this next exercise, contrary to what anybody else has ever told you, the overtones, if you all have good flutes, actually, you don't even need a great flute to do it. Sometimes it's a little tougher on some of these new Yamahas. Some of the new altered scales might be a little weird. I'm not so sure about this, you know. They've altered the scales for players who don't know how to play, you know. So they've raised the bottom C, lowered the other C, and now, you know. So if you play wrong, maybe they help you. I don't know. But, you know, you're paying a price. So can we, I mean, like the student line or the Yamaha. So I'm not, let me put it this way. I haven't had enough experience with them yet to really check them out for sure. I just have suspicions. I may be wrong, okay? I'll be more definite, you know, when I play them. Now, the regular fingering should match the overtone in pitch and volume. Try again.
Same one?
Yeah, if you don't, if you're flat on the regular fingering, it's because you either dropped your jaw or rolled the flute in. If you're sharp, it's because you've allowed the flute to roll out, or you've attained the higher octave or the higher note by a tightening or drawing back of the corner muscles instead of the lower lip moving forward over the lip plate. Everybody, you got that? You thinking about that? You thinking about that? You thinking about it? Think that again? Remember we talked, huh?
I'm getting
No, no. We talked that the higher notes you cover more of the lip plate than the lower notes with your lower lip.
the higher notes.
As you go high, you must cover more of the hole with your lower lip. Not with the flute rolling in with your upper lip, but with the lower lip moving forward. If you are sharp in the regular fingering to the harmonic, it is because you've drawn the lips back this way, okay, and haven't made any other adjustments, you'll be sharp. If you're flat, it's because you've achieved the higher notes by allowing your head to come down and the flute rolling in. In other words, if you keep your jaw and head stationary and your lower lip moves, will learn to move in the correct position. Try. V. What direction? Did you feel it? Did you feel yourself lose it out?
Yeah.
All right, you helped yourself a little by tonguing the harmonic. That's okay. Let's go on next to the next one, C to G. Yeah, you want to learn to go right up to the G without the C in between. This always takes a little more looking. Yeah, go ahead, try again. Just practice. Just hit the G harmonic. Just hit it. Hit the up. Don't be protective. Don't pretend. Hit it. Just hit it. What are you? What is it? What are you? The regular finger to the harmonic is what? Most everybody does this. Go ahead. Better, you're getting it up, huh? And the first time through, you weren't as aware. You went really flat on the regular fingering. Just feel the angle of the flute, huh? You're allowing it to roll in on the G.
Okay.
Better, better, better. You're still not quite sure. That's better. Do it again. Feel better? Huh? The pitch matched, and what? Remember we talked earlier, if the pitch matched, what happened with the sound? The pitch matched, all you did was take care of the pitch, and the sound got better. Now try to do this, hold the slide up from the C to G to G. V it, see, I could always tell when you're covering too much, you're going W. All right, now go to the next one, low C to C. Oh, every time you go to that C one, you lose it in the same direction, huh? V. It's still a little bit out. You're losing the flute is open. I can see the wall. Yeah, I can see this edge rolling a little bit out when you go to the regular C. Try it again. It's an old habit. Go ahead. I'm just going to hold the flute. Now, okay, now your top lip directed the air, see? Before the flute was changing, your lip, you didn't know what to do. There it is, see? Go ahead, play. Just hit the note. All right, now, let's go up from C to E. Now that note wants to be a little high to the harmonic, huh? You need more lip on the plate for that when you're up in this register. Your corners are not enough on the plate.
Okay.
You haven't covered enough a hole and it'll work. Good. It was almost, you go, no, now you're not in V. See, now you're way flat. You're way flat. Huh? Feel I didn't try it again. See if you can make that smooth where you got the corner right on the plate. Now listen how low you got. Be it. See, you forgot the pitch. That's all right. Let her learn. This is great. She just... All right, now, your teeth stay in the V attitude, okay? Your teeth are shifting when you go for the high E and you don't know what to do. You're getting closer. You feel how closer you're getting? Huh? Practice a little more. You're learning. No, listen how low that can. See, you lose, huh? You lose where the C is. See what I mean? See how nothing else but just more lip on the plate and didn't change it. It just brought the pitch down without making it dull. Try again. You got to get confident. This teaches you confidence to move that lip forward. Now, what you have to do, and now you tried very hard to move your lip forward, okay? But in trying hard to do it, the whole flute moved forward. Your jaw moved forward, right?
Yeah. Okay.
The whole crown, we saw the whole crown come forward. Almost, huh? Good. But you hear your sound on your E. Now just hit high E. Just play high E. You did it with a lot of confidence, huh? Huh? All right, now you continue on. Go C to G.
Oh, B it.
Yes, you hear the difference? See? See? Right, right. Her regular fingering would have been very sharp. Huh? See, because she went up to her G and the corners came back. Try again. Go ahead. V. All right, would you like to try to play that high G with your corners back now? Go ahead. All right, now get the lip on the plate, but have the flute here. Huh? You see that one sing? Huh?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah. Feel the inner edge brushing your lip, lower lip up to meet the upper. No, no, don't make the upper lip, just make the flute do it. Huh? Not here. Kincaid always talked about he brushed the flute up. Get that inner edge feeling like it's brushing the ridge up. Don't let the flute drag the lips open. Brush the inner edge up, up. The lower lip to meet the upper rather than letting the flute drag down, huh? And opening your lips. Don't let the flute drag up. Push the lower one up. Don't, we all play with the upper one down. Reverse that. It'll help. True, we have to make a seal. If you choose to make the seal with the upper lip driving down rather than the lower lip doing this, you're going to get tension. Now, the second part of that exercise, the first part there is to just learn the basic overtone series, okay? The second part of that exercise develops legato fingering as well as the sense of the picture. That should be done, I didn't write it, that should be first be done at 60 on the metronome. All of this, all of these two exercises. And try it. Just do that all the way up, and when you get to the G, then it looks like drawing back, you just can't do it. So it gives you a better sense of playing the entire flute in tune. But doing that where the pitch and volume match on the regular fingerings to match the regular fingerings to the overtone. To be successful at that can take you for the whole flute sometime. With my help right here, you can start to do it. It can take maybe 6 weeks to get through the whole thing without getting tired, where you can start and play with, put the flute up and play the whole exercise without taking it down. Could take even a little longer. There's no, you know, depending on how much you need to do it.
Do you go beyond the G when you...
Yes, yes, yeah, you go up to the B flat.
No,
What?
if you're doing the exercise number 2 and you go from low C to harmonic C, then you get up to, going up to the F sharp.
Yeah, no, yeah, you go all the way to F sharp as your last note, and then G is your last note. Then G becomes the pivot.
Oh, okay, that's what I meant.
and you work up to where C becomes the period. Like okay? That's a real good one. You spend a whole hour teaching that one. You did well. Just learn that V. And this getting your tongue ordered. I'm sorry we're not hearing a piece, but I think what we did was good. Okay? Get this down on all your notes and get it organized. Sometimes if you're having trouble locating the low C, the line 1 there will help, but also playing the harmonic down. And without... You should be able to slur down without a break. If your jaw moves to make that harmonic to the low note jump, if your jaw moves, then there will be a break in the sound. It will go da, da, so da. That's a very good one for you to do. All right. Wayne, you want to do some playing or what?
Yeah. Sure harder to play up here than over there.
No, it isn't.
No, I was just kidding.
Oh, Wayne, come on.
And for my next trick.
What a way to start, Wayne. Depending on you, Wayne.
Okay, bueno. Bueno, bueno.
Just warm up for a second.
Yeah, please do. All right, got a lot of difference there, Wayne. Huh? You're right from the get-go, you need V. I'm telling you. Yeah. All right, now you see, you still, I didn't ask you to play the octave. You see, you still want to drop it down. When you started the long tone, you want to go in, you want to go from your V to W. It's just such an ingrained habit, it's difficult for you. Huh? On and V, V. Try to maintain the V position of the lower teeth rather than as you try to sustain dropping from the V to the W in the middle of the note. Because when the first time you just played it, you played it twice, the first time we definitely heard a big change in the pitch. The second time you didn't do it as drastically at the beginning and you gradually opened the teeth to almost a W. Try it again. Get a sense of the lower teeth with the V sound. V. Don't do anything else. I didn't ask you to play with your teeth closed. I didn't ask you to do anything else but get a sense of V. Now you may think you're doing V, but by the look, by the shape of what your chin is doing, you're not doing V. Now you have to do V. Now play. Go back to the, I'm sorry, you changed notes on us already. See, you cheated us of the chance to learn. You immediately changed notes, or you immediately changed the exercise, or this is tuning in. Huh? Concentrate, Wino. Go ahead. Now do the exercise. Now, play for us, Wayne. Whoa, Wayne. Whoa. Pay attention to that attack, first note. Whoa. I hear some lower partials in there, Wayne. What'd you hear? Oh, well, you know, if you pay attention to the exercise and do it precisely as it's written and listen and match the pitch and volume in 3 or 4 attempts, it sure starts to improve. It's amazing. Now let's go on. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Once again.
Should I do a double tongue?
Just do what's on the page. Man. Just do what's on the page. If all right, listen to that. Listen to the long tone, both the first half note and then when you start the last measure. Kind of zero in on the pitch of the two, Wayne. That's the important thing, the pitch and volume and the rhythm, right? Now, Wayne, how did you like that T sound when you started, when the breath attack, and then when you started the 2/8 notes with the tongue? I heard quite a difference. I heard quite a difference in the volume. Okay, right. Go ahead, try again. Wayne. Listen to the quality of the T attack when you start on the second group of 8th notes. Ha, 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 ta, ta, and a t, t. Yeah, when you start with the breath attacks, make sure the breath attack first, please. It's important. The breath attack is important, okay, for determining the jaw opening. That's what's so important about the crispness of the breath attack. And the angle of the flute. Now, Wayne's tendency is have the jaw dropped way too far into a W position, which he then tries to compensate for with the ball of his chin coming up this way to compensate teeth being so far apart that his lips have no way, natural way, to join. So he must force the lips joining with this coming up. Huh? The teeth are down, this is up. The ball of your chin should have the same consistency when you play as when you're not playing. Yours has a tendency to get a little tight naturally, and you want to kind of trick, you know, not naturally, I mean, you have learned to make this a little tight to get some focus. You want to try to relax the ball of your chin. Wayne doesn't tighten it laterally, which is the most common problem. Wayne tightens his chin by coming up this way and creating this tension in the ball. Like you see it in young people, it looks like a little, like a walnut, you know, when it all kind of wrinkles up. Huh? And that's trying to make the lips compensate for the teeth being too far apart. It's going to, and which puts a tremendous amount of stress in here. Go ahead.
No, okay, I can feel it.
You can feel it. Great. Great.
Well, I can't play. I mean, it happens before I even play.
Ah, that's beautiful. That's wonderful. I mean, that, you know, you tune in. That's good. That you could tune into it. You're tuning into it. Maybe with having people around, you're more aware of it. Good.
But that throws off the balance. Yeah.
Okay, now,
worse.
Well, just try, because you have to make compensate. Just try. Give yourself a minute to learn. Remember in that picture, did anybody see the movie War Games?
Yes.
Okay? And the computer's going berserk at the end. And the kid says, the computer is learning. When the computer was learning, it was shooting off sparks. Well, your brain is like that computer. When it's going through a learning process, everything gets a little, and it gets sorted out. Give it time to sort out, okay? When it gets worse, yeah, let it sort out, learn. All right, now you hear where your tongue is hitting?
Yeah, I was...
Okay.
Seems like when I do the V, the sides feel like they get tighter. Could be an illusion. Oh.
You hear how long it took that note, that half note, to reach the same volume as the other notes? That means that when you started the half note, after the attack, ha, ha, ta, ta, you started ta, and you gradually brought the tip away from the aperture. Try again. Go. Go ahead. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. All right, yeah, great. Get, okay, right. Hang on, lower lip on the plate. You're rolling, Wayne, you're rolling your lower lip in, huh? Turn your lips inside out. Turn your lips, feel like you're turning inside out, as if you're showing the inside of your lip forward. Now look, from that position where you tried to play with your teeth closed, how far down you came before you made a note? See, that's immediately W. I can just look.
Should I change notes? Stay on the same
No,
note?
let's stay on the same note. Hang on a minute. Hang on. Now play it. Now play the whole exercise. Go on.
I was trying to get the lower lip on and the pitch went down.
Just listen. Just listen. Now, how about, you've been talking to me about flute playing long enough, and we've tried this exercise long enough, and there's lots of these folks here who never heard, saw me, whatever, before today. They got the no separation thing immediately. Huh? Let's do it now with no separation in the tongue.
You mean a legato tongue?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, now the tip of your tongue, you hear we don't hear any rhythm. Taka 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 taka. What are you doing? What are you doing? Try it again. Try it again. There's no definition in that. Definition without separation.
What? Well,
Go ahead, no wells about it. Just no wells about it. No wells about it. No wells about it, Wayno.
back to that note.
Right. You made a
Yeah, but there's
correction.
absolutely no control.
No. What I said right was you started to go down with your teeth, and all of a sudden, from the little bit we've done, the down with your teeth didn't through, and you tried to find a way to go up. You immediately went up with your lower teeth, and you don't know what quite to do with the rest of you yet. But no, come on, lower teeth up. V, go. Come on, we're all getting beat. No, there's no rhythm. There's no rhythm, you see? Now that's improvement. I sure would like to hear a little more definition of the tongue, even though I like the fact that you didn't separate, but that front muscle of the tongue is a little bit weak, and we don't hear enough definition of the beginning of the note, but that was much better. Much better. All right, now we notice that every time you have split or you don't have full breath attacks in tongue, when there's spitty sounding and airy sounding, and the big pitch changes, your sound isn't as good. Be patient. I mean, you have to listen to right to the beginning of it. Right.
Oh, I'll do it again.
V and rhythm. V. You didn't V. I could hear the difference. My back was turned. Rhythm. Ta 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 ta. All right? Now he's hard to concentrate. That's why I have to get on him and jump. But you hear the difference when we insist that he do the exercise the way it's written and intended. Did you hear the difference in the last two notes and from where he started? Now I have to jump all over his back to concentrate and to be able to just teach himself to play 3 bars exactly the way they are here, with full awareness of a couple of minor situations, jaw movement and the clarity of the tonguing.
Can I play some of the music and try to apply it?
Wayne really desperately wants to change his situation. His mind can't handle any more concentration on this problem. I'm serious. Concentration and willpower are very, very important. The discipline and will to play are important in learning. The discipline to make yourself do it when sometimes it's uncomfortable, when you uncover sometimes something that's scary in your playing, when you feel the basis of your playing is being attacked. It's very easy for the defense mechanisms that we have in everyday life that keep us from trauma to come into play and block out the concentration and the objective thinking and the clarity of thinking. It happens to all of us. And the more you feel that resistance, the more you know it's an element in your psyche that you must come to grips with to be a successful player. You're getting out there and you're putting your soul, your life's work on the line. If you can't face it to yourself, I don't know how you want to present it out there. So don't sweep the problems under the carpet. If you find a better way to solve the problems than I have, wonderful, but don't sweep them under the carpet. If you can find a better way to solve the problems, but don't sweep the pitch rhythm problems under the carpet. Okay, you want to play some of the other music?
Can I play the first one?
Whatever, sure. Stop.
It's too slow, first of all.
Wayne, do you think that I came all of this way and blew up the engine of my car to tell you to play it slower or faster? Do you think I came here to tell these people a little slower, a little faster? Right?
No.
Why did you try to confuse me by bringing in rhythm? You know it's not going to work. This is a... Okay, no. No, the problem here was, even though we managed to do it in an exercise, when he got back to a piece that he's been playing long before I ever knew him, okay, his jaw reverted back to the way he'd been playing for X amount of years, however long, okay? He immediately played that, and he didn't think V at all. He thought, now I'm playing a piece. What are these flute players going to think with me? After all, I've had a few more lessons with him than they have. If I can't do this, I really look dumb. Huh? Now, this is important because there's more to it than just the theory. It's how we all learn. And sometimes our little idiosyncrasies are more pronounced in terms of self-doubts and fears and confidences or whatever, good and bad. Now, sometimes you could overdo, you know, and be so self-confident that you can't learn. I mean, it's almost stupid. I mean, in other words, your parents have to teach you. In other words, even though you can learn to do certain things have to be taught not by experiential learning, but I mean, you have to just realize that there are some things that you can't do. Now, start this again, please. Wayne, the only problem here is you went so strong, you went out of the V so badly that when you went from the D to F sharp and then back down to the lower register, your sound had absolutely no focus because your jaw was in a total W position. Okay, he's not used to it. You hear the difference already? That the tone quality didn't change, the pitch didn't change from one register to the other as markedly. Now, if he plays that little phrase a couple of times for us, paying attention to the feeling of his lower teeth and the position of the flute, feeling the flute in his hands. Relax against. Just don't force it in. Now, Wayne, don't overcook it. Huh? Just feel it rest comfortably. Remember the analogy, if you're going to lift something heavy, you don't do it from here. You do it this way and lift. Huh? Close to the body. Close to the body. You lift from here, and it's not from... So keep your arms comfortably close. Don't get your arms out here, man. And V. Go. There's the W. There's the W, sure as life. You hear it? Da-dee-doo-ah. Go on. It's deep. Once again, please. Same. No, no. Don't play anything else but the phrase. Now, when you make the slurred down, pay attention to the jaw, the lower teeth, going from D to B, please. Now, feel the flute or feel the teeth. One or the other is changing. You're a little not used to that position, huh? But you were, until the last note, we could all hear quite a difference in there. Go on, go on. Right, go on. No, no, D. Stop. What do you think, folks? You think the lower teeth are important? Where you hold them?
It just sounds too edgy to me somehow.
Well, you see, now if someone has a now that concept, we have to really, that's probably, Wayne's been coming down to LA, and I have another student of mine he's good. He's been coming, so he's been exposed to me for several months already. But I guess the reason I have to prod him into this position every time is there is a basic difference in the way we're hearing the flute and what he wants to hear. Yeah. So we have a conceptual problem here in his taste and what he thinks of a good flute sound is, or what he likes. And I can only scream and holler at him. I don't know anything else left to do.
I know what you do. Record himself.
That's what I've asked him to do. And last time I was in San Francisco, Wayne just received this Sony Pro Walkman, and I asked him to record himself his practice sessions for two reasons. First of all, just to hear that sound, and secondly, to determine how much in a 45-minute side of tape, or in the entire two sides of tape, an hour and a half of practicing, how much noodling, how much changing, avoiding the problem, how much trying and then going to something else, how much wasted time, how much time he spent changing his sweaters and his sandals and his, you know, I need a piece of fruit now. I'm getting weak because I practiced 6.5 minutes. My blood sugar is getting low. I can't concentrate. All those little things. Now, that was part, so the tape can be a big help. But
It's getting weak.
huh?
Right, no.
But you see how I had to actually scream at him to stay with that little three measure exercise. And this is a lesson, and this is concentration and will. I'm not responsible for his habits from when he's a youngster, but we all can change. We can all learn. Concentration is a learned skill, or it certainly can be improved, huh? And you must focus in on that, Wayne. Now, all you start to do is think V and hear that, and by God, now I can begin to live with that. Okay? Now, that's the problem going over the break. Let's try...
Good try here.
Oh, this is a great... Yeah, why don't you do that? All right, now try that. You feel it?
Yeah.
Oh, just now, don't try to fix it. Just think the V through that all. All right, but you made a big improvement. Now let's try it again. Let's try it again from the F, H, G, A flat. Now, That's the way to play it. Not bad, not as... All right, now, just practice the interval. Pa-pa-dee-da. No, the low. The one goes down to low C. C to C, please. Feel the flute. Feel the flute. When you put all those fingers down, you bounce the whole flute. You bounce it right off the aperture. Oh, try again. Now we're talking about something. Going down to low C's, indeed, there's a perfect example. Slap the fingers, hitting that hard because of tension, because you're afraid of the low C. Now, if you hit the end of the flute so hard, what is the... You know, you're at the basic, you're at one of the most difficult notes, right? I mean, you know, to play the basic tube, you have to be right on. You go... If you bounce the flute, now I can hit my fingers hard and keep this so right. He was hitting that, and the hole was moving, so the note's going to split. Before you knew it, you're getting defensive and go. The flute is dropping, so I'll drop with it. But you're flat and dull. Learn to keep the flute up. Huh? Try it. Oh, no, just practice. Just... it's just, it's V and finger position. There you go. Now just play it. Nope, just play it north. Dee-da. You see, just learn to keep the C, but he's new. It takes more practice yet. But he's on the way. Hear what it's done to the rest? Keep going. Move lips forward. Now, would you like to play those upper notes the way you were going to play it before I said lips forward? Just to let's hear that.
Should I do it?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, I'm afraid to now.
No, just play it. Do it right. Fine. Let's enjoy the good part. Go on.
No, I'll do it the way I want to do it.
How much thinner did he get up top? How much bottom to his sound did he lose? See what I mean? The acoustical balance getting lost. You could have a lot of highs in your sound if you have a lot of lows by having a lip on the plate. See? The focus comes from the teeth. The highs come from the flute angle and your lip up, and the lows come from the lip on the plate. You want a full acoustical sound. Don't block anything out. Wayne has a tendency to take the highs out by dropping his jaw. Huh? Ooh. Do it again. But on the high notes, he did the other thing around. He had no lows.
The high,
Go ahead. Yeah, go up where it goes high. Now keep your jaw steady, move the lip forward. More corners forward. Get the corners on the plate, Wayne. Corners on the plate. All right, this corner is nowhere near the plate. Right, turn the lips out. All right, now blow. Now if you want to play big, you can play bigger and it won't get shrieky. But only if you do that. Ah. Now you're singing. That's singing. But do it even more. You can do it even more.
Is that right lip? I mean...
The right side of your jaw is pulling. Right, the right side. Everybody tends to have a stronger side. If you notice that in yourself, that one side wants to pull off the plate more than the other. Try to equalize it. You really needed it up top that time, huh? I could tell you really, that was bad, but it was like, now play it, do this, everything the same, and just play the high one right here. Right here. Go ahead. Play, my man. More lip on the plate, puff. Right. See, as soon as you thought about this, you did. See, now there's a sheen and a shine to it that projects to a huge hall without sounding pressed, like without sounding kind of violent. Which I know is, which I think is kind of a little modern kind of thing of trombone type flute. Let's see if we can sound like a tuba. All right, well, thank you very much. I think we're going to end it now.